Welcome back to Q's TV. Brian Higgins, Josh Black. Holy Cross Week as we get you ready for the final non-conference game of the year. And Josh, let's go back to last week first. We talked so much about the defense in week one. The pressure maybe wasn't there as much the last couple of weeks. What did you guys do to get it back here on the defensive line this week?
Basically, it's just kind of feeling that in practice. We felt like we were slacking in that department, and we really made that an emphasis during practice. And ultimately, it led up to us making some big plays, and it paid off.
Got to talk about your guy Alton because I think he was listed for 5 quarterback pressures. It felt like he had 40.
Yeah.
What was it like to play next to that?
No, yeah, definitely. It felt like he was in the backfield literally every single play. I mean, it just makes the defense so much easier when you have a player like that on the outside. It puts, it takes a lot of pressure off of us, considering he's always in the backfield every play. So it makes the reads for us a whole lot easier. So definitely, he had a really great game.
I'd say the strip sack he had, I think I saw you were maybe one of the first guys diving after the, and KJ kind of ended up on it. What's those plays like when you see him make a play, then all of a sudden the ball's on the ground?
It's like, oh, he just made a play, and then you're thinking to yourself, oh, you see the ball, it's like, okay, maybe I can make a play now. But yeah, trying to find that ball on the ground always is tough because you never know where the ball's going to go. But, we all knew that Alton was going to get the ball out from that quarterback sack, and, that's just something he does. He just hunts the ball every time, and so, we just got to be ready for that.
How much aware does it make you guys on plays like that, knowing you have a guy that's ready to do that?
No, yeah, being aware is just like, oh, you see Alton around the edge being the offensive tackle. It's like, oh, something's good's about to happen right now. So literally, you got to get your eyes on the ground waiting for that ball to come out.
All right, I got a weird Alton question to ask you right now. He's gone with like the old school face mask this year. It looks like he's playing in like 1990 with the Reggie White, Bruce Smith face mask. What's going on there?
I mean, he has just a certain swag to him. He has that old school swag. He's an old soul, and he just loves like the old football players. And when he had the opportunity to grab that face mask, he just he couldn't turn away from it. And so I respect him for that one because that's a bold move.
I didn't even know they made those anymore.
Oh yeah, me neither. Yeah, I saw it. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's the retro vibe. It's working out for him, and the defense really picked it back up this week. We mentioned the strip sack. There was an interception late. There was the muff punt. You guys have forced a turnover now in 18 straight games. How does that happen? We talk about turnovers being highly variable. You guys are making it not. You're doing it every game.
Right. So every practice we have a little turnover circuit. We're basically just trying to get the ball back from certain drills, and we make that a huge emphasis because turnovers win games. Our 2 seasons we were 4-8 back-to-back. We didn't cause enough turnovers, and ultimately 1 or 2 more turnovers for some of those games. We could have ended up winning those games, and so we made that a big emphasis. We practice that every day, and our work is finally paying off.
You gave up, I think, more yards than you would have liked last week, but how much does that even more than erase that stuff when you cause the turnover?
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, we gave up a lot of yards, but having those turnovers kind of takes that off the stat sheet, in my opinion. But, we just have a lot of things to still work on, and, we got to cut, all that yardage in half. We just got to have a complete game on the defensive side of the ball.
It's a weird setup to the schedule. You had 2 on the road to start. Then you're playing the #1 team in the country. Now it's an FCS opponent. It's kind of the opposite order that you'd normally do that. Right. How do you handle this as a team?
Well, yeah, just off the start of the season, 2 road games, we're not used to that. So we just have to be in, like, that right mentality. And then, the homecoming game. And, just kind of finding that certain vibe to the team. Like, we got to put it together real quick because we're not used to having this situation. And so just kind of finding ourselves, and we just got to fine-tune all the things that we needed to do. And, we're starting to finally take advantage of that.
You talk about fine-tuning. How important is this week for that specifically, knowing what's to come? When after this week, it's all conference games to the finish line.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We just got to focus on this week first. Pull out with a win, and then, like you said, all conference games, that's where everything, like, matters from head to toe in detail. It starts actually in the classroom. Like, we got to show up to class on time. Every little thing counts when we start to get in the conference games because, all right, one mistake could lead up to the game. And so we just have to really pay attention to all these close details.
Yeah, lastly, Josh, you mentioned the details. I think back to a week ago when Coach Babers brought you guys back out of the locker room after the game. That's a detail. How important is stuff like that with what Coach is telling you?
Oh, that's really important. That's really, really important. We just got to pay attention to the little things. Yeah, we didn't because at the end of the game, we were supposed to stay out there for the band. We all went inside. And Coach Babers brought us back out and talked to us in the middle of the field, and so just having him do that really just engraves in our heads. Like, you know, all these small things matter, you know, in winning and losing. So, you know, it's definitely a good lesson, and we got to take advantage of the lesson he gave us.
All right, Josh, enjoy the big picture and the details this week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's Josh Black. We'll see him out there on Saturday.